Hey everybody, how are you? I hope that your Wednesday's going awesome wherever this finds you. I know with everything that's going on in the world right now, I just want to say, shout out to the moms who are teaching the kids from home and juggling all those things. Shout out to the people who are working from home beyond what Unique brings as well. And also to our frontline staff and all those people. We just want to shout you out from the rooftops, okay? So as I pop in here and as you guys pop on, comment below, let me know where you're tuning in from, okay? Put a 1 below if you're catching it live, and a 2 if you're catching the replay later on, okay? Make sure you share this with your teams. You can friendly it later or however we do that, because I know this is in the leadership page. But I guarantee that somebody is going to resonate with what I'm going to say to them today, okay? So, hi ladies, how are you? Welcome, welcome. For those that don't know who I am, my name is Carly Prinz, and I did a training back in October. Brady and Megan had asked me to do a training in October at the Uplift You that they do. And it was such an amazing event. But anyway, Deborah asked me if I wouldn't mind chatting with you guys today and kind of doing another kind of recap of the speech I gave then, okay? It was a long time ago, so I'll try to do my best to recap all that I talked about. But first of all, yeah, as you guys are popping in, I'm not going to read the comments because I kind of have squirrel brain. If you're on my team, you know that. All right, I get easily sidetracked. All right, and like I said, if you're catching the replay later on, then by all means, just comment below. Let me know any takeaways that you have, and my hope is that if this can just help at least one woman, then my job has been done, okay? So I'm going to be a little bit vulnerable with you guys, and I mean, if you were at the October event, you know what I'm going to speak about, and I just want you guys to, I feel like the more vulnerable we can all be with each other, the more we're going to grow and learn from each other. You can't hear, it's your phone. Sorry, Shirley. Can you hear? I don't know, buddy. Go in and out. Okay. But the more that we can all be vulnerable with each other, the more we're going to learn and grow. And so if people can learn from my lessons and everything that I've kind of overcome in the last couple years, then I feel like maybe it wouldn't take you as long to learn them too. Okay? So if you guys, for those that don't know me, I'm an Orange Status presenter currently, but I've been with the company for 5.5 years, all right? And it's been a whirlwind of 5.5 years. It's been amazing with some incredible highs and some of the lowest lows, and I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. And I love that I'm able to be on this side of it now and sharing some of this with you guys so that hopefully it can help you in your journey as well, okay? So back in the fall of 2017, so that would have been like 2.5 years ago or whatever, right? I had a goal. I had a plan. Everything was going to fall into place. I was going to go from green to black. Our team was ready. We had everyone on board. We were raring to go, okay? All I needed was obviously 4 elites. We had seen beyond orange, purple, and black numbers on and off over the months. And so in my mind, I felt like it was the perfect plan and that we were going to go do this. Have you guys ever had it before where you just want it so bad, you felt like everything should fall into place, you feel like everything is just going to just turn out the way that you planned it to be, and that's just the way it's going to be. All right, put your hand up if you've ever felt that before. I know for me, I am so passionate about what I do. There's not an undenying belief in my undenying belief in my body that this is not where I'm meant to be. This is my purpose and passion, and this is what I've been given and blessed with to be able to share with other women, right? So I just felt like it was my time, I guess you could say. All right. And so I felt though at that time that my success was only going to be an indicative, like if I were to hit a certain status. All right. I felt like anything else didn't matter up until that point. And if you guys have felt this way before, I needed a serious mindset shift. And maybe you guys have had that before, or maybe you're thinking that way now. And it wasn't until at the end of that November, we didn't hit that. Okay. And I want you guys to know that if you have run for a status before, run for a goal that you were so passionate and so eager and so excited to hit and haven't hit it, just stick with me for a minute, okay? Because you know that feeling of defeat. And I literally felt like I had gone for other statuses before and done different things, but that given month, I felt like a complete failure, all right? I felt like the next day, I just remember laying on the floor, literally, sobbing my face off, not even sure how I was going to stand back up. I let my ego and my pride get in the way because I was so sure of something and I was so crushed, and I didn't want to face my peers, my YA sisters, who, I mean, this was a story I made up. I didn't want them to think anything less of me. I felt like I let my team down. I felt like I just was a failure, to be honest. All right. And so if you felt that way before, you're not alone. Okay. And I'm going to kind of talk to you guys about how over the last 2.5 years, I have made some mindset shifts I realize now, obviously, that my value and worth does not lie in my color status, and neither does yours. Okay. Doesn't mean that we don't go all in for our goals. Doesn't mean that we stop chasing them and if it's going to happen, it's happened. We still need to show up and do the things on a daily basis to make it happen. But how do you gain that, I guess, mindset strength to be able to do that? Okay, so that's what I'm going to talk about that. And I totally remember thinking, like, what's wrong with me? Why can't I do this? People who I love dearly were doing this and like having success at it, but my level of success was not measured in the status, okay? Just because that was what was blinding me at the time, I realize now all those little things I needed to celebrate along the way. Hey, Brandon, how are you? So anyway, basically I had to kind of swallow my pride and I had to surrender control, honestly. How many times have we tried to control things in our lives, okay? It's just not the way it works. We try to control when we're going to get pregnant. We try to control when we're going to hit a certain status. We try to control what jobs we're going to get, or maybe things in our family we're trying to control, all right? And if you're with me on that, put your hand up, okay? There's something in your life right now that you're trying to control, okay? I know us well enough to know that there's something, okay? And it wasn't until I literally let that down, surrendered fully, and trusted deeply that this is exactly where I needed to be, and I had to let go of what that timeline was going to look like, or what the shoulds or the coulds that I thought should have happened by then. I had to let go of that, okay? If we live in a world of shoulds and coulds, we're never going to get there, okay? We need to be content in the journey that we're living right now so that we can be blessed with more joy down the road, okay? And I can tell you where I'm at right now, I am 110% so satisfied and content where I am until I get to, or will I get to my next journey, okay, along that journey, all right? So basically, I wanted to read a quote to you, and I wrote it down so that you guys could remember this, okay? It's by Abraham Hicks, and this is what he said. The reason you want every single thing that you want is because you think you will feel really good when you get there. But if you don't feel really good on your way to there, you can't get there. You have to be satisfied with what is while you're reaching for more. And this is like light bulb moment after light bulb moment. I'm just going to say it again so you guys can hear that, okay? And I will screenshot this and put it in the comments if you want for yourself as well. But the reason you want every single thing that you want is because you think you will feel really good when you get there. Okay, isn't that the truth? In this business, we're always living for, or in our lives in general, we're always, what's next? What's next? What's next? You know, we think we're going to feel a certain way when we reach a certain status, but that's not the case. If we can't embrace how we are right now and be satisfied with what is, we're never going to feel joy when we actually get there, okay? So then it says, but if you don't feel really good on your way to there, you can't get there. You have to be satisfied with what is while you're reaching for more. It's like mic drop. Okay, that is such a quote that I live by, and I just wanted to share that with you guys as well, okay? We get so busy focusing on where we should be, what isn't happening, instead of just being grateful for the things that are actually happening. And in turn, those things that we are grateful for end up going to be growing and be abundance, and it's just going to grow from there. So I challenge us all to focus on not the lack, you guys, but the abundance that's in our life. And I realize that it's a hard time right now for a lot of people. This world is crazy that we live in right now, and I'm not discounting that, you guys, okay? But there is always something that you can find joy in simple things in a day and be grateful for, okay? Even if you just got out of bed today, celebrate that, all right? All those things are going to lead up to being more grateful, have more abundance in your life. And I'm going to share some of those tips with you guys, okay? So for you guys on the other side of the screen right now, nobody's judging you, nobody's in your head except for you. What stories are you creating inside of your head? Okay, think about that for a second. What stories are you creating? Are you creating stories of abundance, of gratitude, or are you focusing, because I honestly thought that I was a pretty positive person, I still am, but slowly, all those little shifts in our brain and what we're telling ourselves, those limiting beliefs, they build up, they build up, they build up. And all of a sudden, what I thought I was doing was abundance. It wasn't. I was focusing on the lack, or what was not happening, or the shoulds and the coulds and the what ifs and why nots. You know what I mean? So what stories are you creating in your head right now? All right. Are you self-sabotaging yourself, having these blocks up? Maybe you don't even know what that is. All right. But one thing that I have done in the last couple years is really poured into myself, okay? The only thing that I could control in any of these situations was how I showed up for myself, how I showed up for this business, and how I showed up to learn and grow into the leader and the person that I wanted to become, okay? It's the only thing I could control. So I literally dove into me. All right. And honestly, you guys, this is called personal development with the paycheck for a reason. Okay. We can learn all the things about the parties, sponsoring, the booking, all those things. We can learn as much as we can, but if we're not going to apply it, then what's the point, right? But all that still, even with that knowledge, if we are not building ourselves up, if we are not pouring into ourselves and literally helping our souls grow and help us have that growth mindset, then all of this is not, like, we're only going to get so far. Because I promise you, your ego is going to get in the way at some point. Your pride is going to get squished a little bit at some point or another. And you're going to have to, like me, be faced with at the bottom of a hole that you felt like you could never get out of, looking up on that mountaintop, not knowing how the heck you're going to get there. But you've come so far, you don't want to go back to where you used to be. This is literally what I was thinking. I didn't want to go back to what used to be because I had poured too much into this. But holy heck, that mountain felt so far away, I didn't even know what I was going to do. All right? So at some point in your business, whether it's happened now or it hasn't happened yet, it's going to at some point, okay? So I just want to prepare you with the tools that when you hit that wall, or when you feel that shattered ego, or when you feel like your pride has just been gutted, all right, that you are equipped with the tools to get out of it quicker than what I did, okay? So I have 7 common blocks that I wanted to talk about, okay? This comes from the book, it's by Gabrielle Bernstein, and it's Super Attractor. By the way, if you have not listened to, I listen to books all the time. I don't sit and read them. I listen to them. So if you're a reader, get the book. But if not, then put the Audible version in and listen to The Universe Has Your Back by Gabrielle Bernstein. Doesn't matter what your faith background is. You can insert different language into what it is. But it is amazing, amazing. And still to this day, something that I fall back on when I start feeling those little feelings kind of creep in of comparison or not good enough. I just plug it in right away. So I strongly suggest tuning into that book. But anyway, this is her next book called Super Attractor. And there's 7 common blocks, okay? So we all have this. We all do this at certain times in our life. And it's one way to recognize it so that we can then kind of recognize what's happening and switch our focus, okay? So the first one is believing in the lack. All right, I was doing this subtly without even realizing it, thinking that I was always a positive person, but those little subtle shifts over time compound over each other, and all of a sudden I was focusing on what wasn't happening instead of all the goodness that I really had, okay, and all the abundance that was blessing me every day. So are you coming from a place of scarcity, of lack, or are you coming from a place of abundance, okay? So are you thinking, like, this, basically believing in the lack is kind of focusing on what is not happening right now, okay? Yes, I do too, Jetty. I know she is amazing, okay? It's a form of protection for ourselves, you guys. A form of lack, it's kind of protecting us. Well, maybe if I don't think this way, then that, if that doesn't happen, then I'm still protected type of thing. But basically what she said is we lose track of feeling good because we are trying so hard to feel good enough. Okay, super powerful. It's crazy. All right, that's another good book too, but I suggest reading The Universe Has Your Back first. Okay, the second rule that Gabrielle talks about is thinking there's not enough to go around. All right, and in our business, you guys, honestly, there's so much to go around. Our company wants to see you succeed, okay? There are so many tools that we have in our tool belt that help us to succeed, okay? So I don't believe that this is something that we should incorporate into our business, that there's not enough to go around. But if it's a mindset that you've adapted, that maybe it's that, there's limited of abundance and joy, that I need to get it all for myself now, you know what I mean? If somebody hits green status, purple status, black status, whatever, that should motivate us to be like, it can be done and I'm going to do it too. Instead of thinking that, oh, she did it so I can't type of thing, use it as a motivator to be like, yes, somebody else did that and I'm going to too, okay? Gabby says we can't have one foot in the door of abundance and one in lack, okay? So you got to commit. You can't be one here, one there. You got to commit. You're either focusing on what you're grateful for and abundant living, or you're going to be focusing on the limiting beliefs and the lack mindset, okay? So you get to decide ultimately where you're going to sit. Okay, this next one, number 3, and I'm willing to bet that every single person in this group has had this at one point. So put your hand up, throw all the hearts in, whatever, tag somebody that you know in this group. Comparing to others. Yeah, me. I've done that, right? And I know you guys have too. I know without a doubt you've done this at some point in your life and your business, okay? Basically, comparing to other people, yes, it steals our joy. Yes, it steals our focus and it steals our creativity. But it also kind of reinforces our fears that we're not good enough, okay? It comes back to that whole mindset of, even that 13-year-old, like think of your 13-year-old self when you didn't feel good enough, when there was a friend that didn't want to play with you, or that they all of a sudden just dropped you as a friend group and went to play with someone else. Like I had that happen to me, and I'm sure some people did too, right? It reinforces I must not be good enough because look at that person rocking it over here. Meanwhile, you have no idea what their story is, okay? I love Sherry Brown for the reason of how genuine she is. She's the first to say to you, she had how many years of different trainings and different things that was preparing her for this moment. So yes, she hit black status in whatever timeline it was, but you didn't see the decades of her working on herself to do that, okay? So you never know what someone else's journey is going to be. And so put your blinders on, you guys. It's just like the runner's analogy, okay? So say you're running, you're running in a race and you just have your laser focus on the finish line. You're not worrying about anybody else. But as soon as you see somebody coming a little bit closer to you and you turn, guess what happens? All right, you're going to lose your momentum. You might even trip and fall, roll around out there, and they're going to blow past you, okay? Meanwhile, they're not even paying attention to you because they're so laser focused on their journey. So my encouragement to you is to literally put those blinders on, you guys. Put those blinders on and focus on where you want to be, okay? Pull from other people's stories as inspiration, but don't use it as a comparison tool to feel like you're not good enough, okay? Because everyone has different gifts and talents, and only you can bring certain ones to the table, okay? There's something that you have that I don't, that you can bring to the table, and guaranteed there's something from some other leaders that they have that we can't bring to the table, okay? Find what your gifts and talents are and run with it, okay? Use that, incorporate that into your brand of who you are, okay? So run with that and be genuine, okay? She also says genuinely want others to succeed, okay? Because that's going to raise your vibration to where you want to be, okay? So number 4 of these 7 tips as far as blocks that we have, okay, is the need to win at the expense of having fun. I am just going to admit that I got so wrapped up in going for a certain status. There was a very large bonus that month. There was all these things. I got wrapped up in that I lost focus of what we do here, you guys. We have fun, a whole pile of fun in this business. And I tell my team right away, if you're not having fun in this, then what's the point? You need to find your joy. You need to find that this shouldn't be one more thing that you show up to. This should be a reason to show up is for your kids or because you just want me time. Hello, I got 4 kids in the basement right now that I just bribed with a movie and chips so I could do this, so that I was uninterrupted. But this is me time, okay? This isn't one more thing that I need to do. So find the joy in this journey, you guys. Find joy of why you are here and focus on that, okay? All right. Then the next one, number 5. This guaranteed hits home for everyone in here again, okay? And it is the fear of rejection, you guys. Put your hand up. Give me all the hearts, put them up. I know that every single one of you has this, okay? Again, it comes back to the belief that we're not good enough, that somebody somewhere along the lines made us feel like we weren't good enough. They rejected us or told us no, and then all of a sudden we bring that to our business, and when we're asking for, or presenting the opportunity or asking for affiliate, and we're fearful of that rejection because of those limiting beliefs we were ingrained in us all those years ago, you guys, okay? It's another form of lack, and we all experience it at some point or another, okay? And yes, our brains are there to protect us, okay? That's what it's doing. But how about we shift that mindset and think of it, okay, what is this trying to tell me right now, and use it as a form of guidance, okay? Instead of turning, somebody who, like the waitress analogy, right? Somebody who, if she offers you coffee and then asks if you want dessert, it doesn't mean that we don't need to jump down her throat for offering us dessert. It means that, no, I don't want dessert right now. Maybe 5 minutes later I will, but not right now, okay? Take the emotion out of it, and again, try and get rid of those limiting beliefs that are in our head, okay, that are telling us that we're not good enough, or that we're going to be rejected just because Sally Sue back in grade 6 was mean to us, right? So Sherry Brown, who's one of my friends and mentors, I've learned a lot from her, and I'm so thankful I have her in my corner. She always says, and has for a really long time, in fact, when we went to the first leader retreat, this was a bracelet that she gave us, okay? And it says, what's for you will not pass you by. What is for you will not pass you by, okay? So if you are meant to hit a certain status in a certain month, you will do it, okay? And if it's not your time, that is not your time. It doesn't mean that you're a failure. It doesn't mean that you need to go sulk in a corner or need to quit or any of that. It just means you need to reevaluate, pick up the pieces, start, and just run, okay? Because you never know what's going to happen. What is for you will not pass you by, okay? The sixth one that I wanted to talk about is having a need more mentality, all right? How many of us have reached a goal before, didn't even stop long enough to pause to be grateful for that, and then we're already like, yeah, what's next? I'm ready for blue. I'm ready for green. I'm ready for orange. Yeah, what's next? You know what I mean? You guys know what I'm talking about, right? I'm guilty of it. I'm sure you guys are too. We don't pause long enough to be grateful, to be present, to truly enjoy and feel it all, okay? Because those feelings are going to cultivate more, all right? And enjoy the process and find that joy in this journey, all right? This is one thing that she said in the book as well. If you're not embracing all you've been given, God, the universe, whatever you choose to believe in, will say, and basically think, how can we give her more when she's not grateful for what she has now? Okay? Gratitude, you guys, comes back to gratitude, and I'll talk about that in a second. Sorry, I just need a drink of water. Okay, number 7, last one, okay? Fear of being judged. Again, if I could see all of you through the screen right now, I know all of you would be like, yep, yes, right? We have an ingrained fear of being judged, all right? This basically, she says in the book, anyway, I'll just read it so that you guys know, but their judgment of us is a direct reflection of what we fear in ourselves. Crazy, right? Yeah, okay, I'm going to read that again so this sinks in. Their judgment of us is a direct reflection of what we fear in ourselves, okay? And we don't want others to see that, right? Again, it comes down to that vulnerability. So, guys, I kind of wanted to share these blocks, these ingrained limiting beliefs that we have in our brains. Basically, everyone will have some sort of these at one point or another, all right? These obstacles, these challenges, they're not here to punish us, you guys. They're not here to make us feel like we're not good enough, okay? They're here to make us grow, to make us push harder, and to realize who we are, all right? And to reach our full potential like that we never thought we could, all right? If everything was easy, everyone would do it. Okay, but what's going to be the deciding factor of those people who continue on and those people who say, let go, is just basically the ones who quit and don't quit. Okay, show up every single day and dig deep to why you are here. Because if I didn't have a big enough why, I would have left. All right, but this company has filled me so much that there's no way in heck I could ever walk away from it. All right, it has blessed me and my family immensely. And it's an inside job, you guys. The growth that I've had in the last couple years would have never happened had that not happened to me at that time. All right. And I know without a doubt that when it's my turn and part of my journey to reach that next goal and to reach that, it will happen. But until then, I'm going to be grateful for what I've been given. I'm going to live and be present and be satisfied with what is, will I reach for more. Okay. So basically the other quote that I wanted to share was Gabrielle Bernstein. She says, "Those who are certain of the outcome can afford to wait and wait without anxiety." Okay. So those who are certain of the outcome can afford to wait and wait without anxiety. I know without a doubt, without an undying belief that I will be Black status one day, okay? That's not even an issue for me. I already act and treat like I am. And you need to decide for yourself, are you so certain that what you are doing here, you're not willing to let any obstacle, any defeat, any kind of trip and fall, I call it failing forward, all right? You're not failing, you're failing forward as you grow, right? Are you going to let those things get in the way, or are you going to use them as a chance to learn and to be like, what is this trying to teach me and how can I learn more? All right? So once I stopped playing a victim to my circumstances and really kind of honed in on the things I could control and dive deep into me and be grateful for the abundance I've been blessed with, everything changed. And I want to talk to you guys about gratitude bell for a second, okay? So if you have a gratitude bell, go find the gratitude emoji or the bell emojis in the comments and pop them everywhere, all right? So I made these up for myself and my team members. It's one of the gifts that I give them as they reach different statuses. But basically, it is an amazing tool that Victoria Dumais, she's who I heard it from. Where she heard it from, I have no idea. So I got to give her credit because that's where I watched a video, adapted it into my life, and it's amazing, okay? Basically, this gratitude bell, anything that you need to celebrate, you can go to the dollar store. In fact, like the Rebels games or different hockey games give out little bells like this once in a while. My kids have Home Depot ones. I don't know. You can find them at the dollar store. So I chose to bring gratitude put on them. The bells from Amazon. A friend did this for me. But anyway, the gratitude bells, basically, anytime that you have something that you want to celebrate, you guys, ring it. Okay, involve your family, get your kids or whoever else to ring it, your husband, your significant other, whatever it is, involve them. They love it, all right? Anything that you need to celebrate, all right? So book a party, ring your bell. Have somebody join your team, ring your bell. The more that you can raise your vibration of gratitude, the more you're going to be blessed with more, because it says, I am capable of receiving more. What do you got, basically, okay? So basically, sorry, I wanted to make sure that I didn't mess up. Yeah, raise your vibration, because if you can raise your vibration up here, raise your belief to the amount where you want to be, soon enough, you're going to realize that you're going to just be there, okay? And you're not even sure how that even happened, all right? So the more grateful that we are, the more God, universe, again, whatever you choose to believe, it gives them the sign that we are ready for more, okay? So celebrate every little win, you guys. Celebrate every little success so that you can be proud of what you've accomplished. Celebrate your team's success. I go in, they know right away, I go in with my little bell and shout them out, even if it's just the emoji, or I'll send a picture and like this. They know that I'm ringing it for them, okay? And so, and I know some of you will say, because especially right now in this given time that we are at, like, Carly, I'm in such a dark place. I don't even know how to find what to be grateful for, to find that joy. And that's legit. I totally understand. And I'm not going to say I understand, but I can sympathize with you. All right. And that's where I'm saying to you, find one thing that you can be grateful for. All right. Did you get out of bed today? Ring your bell. Right? Did you have food on the table? Ring the bell. A bed to sleep in? Ring that bell. The more that you can focus on those little things, those things that we sometimes take for granted, the more you're going to see the simple joys. A flower growing on your walk in the sidewalk. Ring the bell, all right? Whatever it's going to be, beyond even our business, you guys, find one thing a day, all right? And it will soon turn into more, and you will find many things to be grateful for. All right, and get yourself a bell or elastic band or something that you can have a physical reminder of what you are here to do, okay? Because the more that you can raise your vibration, the more it's going to allow somebody else to raise theirs to where you are too. The more it's going to give other people permission to step into their greatness because you're stepping into yours. The more it's going to show people that when they fail forward, they can get back up quicker because they see that you fail too, and yet where you are, that you're still standing and you're still rising up. All right, so it's not just about us, you guys. How can we embody what we have here, the tools we've been given, the obstacles that get thrown in our way, and how can we say, yeah, not today, we're going to conquer this one, so that somebody else watching you or on your team knows that they can too. All right, this is such a bigger picture, you guys, okay? Victoria Dumais says, upgrade your mind and it will upgrade your life. And I promise you, it will, okay? Got to tap into what you are grateful for. Find joy in this journey, you guys. Find the excitement, the fun. And again, I'm not going to lie about it, you are going to have those obstacles. You are going to have those times where things are just going to stop you dead in your tracks. And you're going to have your ego crushed, your pride hurt, and you're not going to know how to move forward from there. Just take a step, okay? Just take one step more. And then the next day, another one. And I promise you, you will all of a sudden be where I am 2.5 years later, never felt better. And I am so excited about this momentum of our company right now. I don't know about you guys, but did you see Derek's Nerd Notes? They were posted, I believe, in here earlier. It's crazy, you guys. Crazy. We should be so darn excited where we are right now, all right? So take one step forward. Raise your vibration, all right? Work on yourself. That's the biggest thing that I can say, you guys, is because the more that we can work on us, the more that we are going to grow and the more that we can help more people. If you can't pour from an empty cup, you guys, and you know this, all right? So fill your cup up first, all right? And it's only through our darkest times, those soul shifting, shaking, waking you up, bursting times, whatever you want to call them, that you are going to fully grow and step into the person that you were meant to become, because you are meant for greatness and you have incredible talent and gifts that we're not tapping into. You're not tapping into them, okay? And I'm just going to call you out on that. I'm not either, all right? We got to reach our full potential, and the only way to do that is to grow, to learn, to learn from other people, to get as much as we possibly can, to keep those blinders on so that you're not distracted from your laser focus of a goal that you want to reach without a doubt, and you're going to get there, all right? So I hope that this was helpful for you. I hope that it's resonated with somebody, that you too can have the persistence. You too can have the consistency to show up in your business every day. You too can get your ego squashed down and still rise, okay? I promise you, embrace those obstacles because they are only there to help you grow, all right? I love you guys. I'm cheering you on from the sidelines. I'm shouting from the rooftops. Go chase your dreams because you are the only person that can do it for you. And the more that you do it, the more it's going to give permission for somebody else to go and follow the way, all right? Or find their way. All right. Thanks, guys. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day and an incredible May. All right. We'll see you guys soon.